Keffals a tweet? Hold on, I'm blocked by Chris Rufo, even though we've never interacted with each other. I logged onto the Keffal Twitter account in order to see the Chris Rufo tweet, and then I found out James Lindsay has the Keffal Twitter account blocked. So it's just, I need a third account where none of these people have me blocked. Can't escape it. Just, I'm blocked by so many people. That's not even the most damning tweet. Okay, hold on. Let me grab this. The activists are realizing that their ideas, once put into practice, are generating discontent. Their racial coalition is also breaking apart. Asian Americans, in particular, are revolting against CRT, which punishes them more than any other group. We have successfully frozen their brand, critical race theory, into the public conversation and are steadily driving up negative perceptions. We will eventually turn it toxic as we put all of the various cultural insanities under that brand category. He just like admits it on Twitter. But he was also, if I remember this correctly, Chris Rufo was also on Twitter saying that instead of saying drag queen, we should say trans stripper, because there is more of a negative perception of trans people than there are drag queens. And obviously it sounds incredibly more sexualized. Just say a trans stripper was performing in front of children than saying a drag queen was performing in front of children. Was this the tweet? Oh yeah, conservatives should start using the phrase trans stripper in lieu of drag queen. It has a more lurid set of connotations and shifts the debate to sexualization. Just fucking nasty stuff. Like, I really don't think facts and logic are going to work. Conservatives do not care about facts or logic. It's all about the way that they can appeal to the morality of the conservative base. I don't care about it. They just want us gone. No, absolutely. They don't even care about morality. I think they do care about morality, but they only care about the morality within their enclosed set of beliefs. Only the morality within the closed system of conservatism. San Diego Unified School District has gone all in on radical gender theory. The district is training teachers to believe that the male-female binary is a system of oppression, encouraging children to adopt sexual identities such as non-binary, genderqueer, pansexual.
Young viewer alert, if you have kids at home, you may not want them to watch this segment, as we now have more evidence tonight of efforts to indoctrinate young kids in school. Now, new documents obtained by Chris Rufo reveal that San Diego public schools are doubling down on far-left gender theory. For example, the materials that are distributed by the district, which are entitled Facilitator Training Workshop.
Unrelated, but I find it very interesting that they call gender theory far left. You know, obviously, as someone who was a two-time candidate for the Communist Party of Canada, that's not true. Being on the far left has absolutely nothing to do with trans people. There are a lot of people on the far left who do not give a single shit about trans people. It's really funny.
Shops for LGBTQ youth and allies. There are claims that male and female are just a social construct and that it, quote, excludes and oppresses trans, non-binary, intersex, gender non-conforming people. But it gets even worse, because also in the training manual produced by the district, men are referred to as, quote, people with a penis, and women are referred to as people with vulvas. Thanks for the education. And it gets even more disturbing as another slide prepares teachers on how to answer questions like, is it okay to masturbate? And you can see right there on the screen if you want to read the rest of it. This is all available online. I didn't believe it at first, but we found it ourselves. So we did the right thing. We reached out to the San Diego School District with a lot of questions and looking for comment. They won't get back to us. Young students are being subjected to this radical gender ideology, and it's a pattern we're seeing in schools all across the country. Here to explain more is Manhattan Institute fellow Chris Rufo. All right, so my understanding is this is for kids from what, first through 12th grade? Do we know what sections are for what age groups? I mean, is age appropriateness even considered here?
I mean, to be honest, the over coverage of trans people at first when it was happening, like months ago, like the start of 2022, like late 2021, I was really confused. Like you're talking like half a percentage of the entire population, but there is more coverage on Fox News about hating trans people than about climate change, something that will actually drastically impact billions of people on this planet. I didn't get it. But then when they started talking about social contagion, all of this sort of rhetoric started to make sense to me. They do not see trans people as human beings. They see us as pests, cockroaches, rats, something that is capable of spreading disease unless we are kept in check. And then it all starts making sense. Like, why are you so scared about children being taught about gender identity? And the reason why is because they think that it is something that is just transmittable. So the explanation and what they need to do is to push every trans person out of public space. That is, in their minds, the only way to deal with the contagion. It's really fucking bad. And let me pull this up. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. So in 1937, there was an infamous anti-Semitic film in Nazi Germany, Der Irrweg Jude. And one of the most iconic scenes from this movie was literally comparing Jews to rats that carry contagion, flood the continent, devour precious resources. And when I was doing this research and like looking into this, like the parallels, there are too many fucking parallels between how the Nazis treated Jewish people and how Republicans are currently treating trans people. So here's the scene. Wherever rats turn up, they carry destruction to the land by destroying mankind's good and nourishment and spreading diseases and plagues, such as cholera, dysentery, leprosy, and typhoid fever. They are cunning and cowardly and cruel and usually appear in massive hordes. They represent the elements of sneakiness and subterranean destruction among animals, just as the Jews do among mankind. And this was like one of the big Nazi propaganda films. The theme in Nazi propaganda was always to depict Jewish people as rats or cockroaches. The social contagion talking point is literally the same talking point that Nazis used against Jews. And we know how this ended. And that's why we need to take this seriously. Keffals, you make me scared that we're all going to die worldwide because hate will have come back. To be honest, the things that I cover on this stream are really hard to cover because it's important to talk about. Not everyone's talking about these things. And for a lot of people, trans issues, it's just like only something they cover when it's viral. But regardless if it's viral or not, trans people exist every single day. I've been saying for a while that the right wing in this country is sizing up to commit forced assimilation against the queer community, and I keep getting met with, you're overreacting, and this is denialism. It's unbelievably frustrating when the people allegedly on our side are unwilling to contend with the obvious because it makes them uncomfortable. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just denial because it's hard to accept. And not all of us are in the same place. Some of us literally cannot handle this. I have so many trans friends who were legit, like, reached out to me personally and were like, no offense, Clara, you're bumming me the fuck out. I completely support what you do. I'm sub to your channel, but this shit hurts my mental health. And I get it. I totally understand. It's a hard pill to swallow. And for a lot of people, it makes them feel powerless. Like they didn't know about this, then they do know about this, but they don't exactly have a lot of ways to change things. But for me, even being able to like articulate all of these things and talk about them with a community like this one, that's important. Because I know a lot of the people here, they agree with me and they're going to go into their friend groups and they're going to they're going to like say the things that we covered here, and more people will start to realize we need to be prepared. If the worst happens and we aren't prepared, things will be very, very bad. And even in the case that we can't stop it, like in the case that DeSantis becomes president, like absolute worst case scenario, if we know what's coming and cover it and disseminate this information and try and build up resources, we can at least try and save as many people from the worst repercussions of what is to come. Hi, thank you so much for watching. If you want to participate in the chat and the videos while they're live, you can do so by making an account at keffals.gg. Also, my videos on this channel regularly get demonetized, so if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/keffals, and I appreciate all of your ongoing support. I'll see you all in the next video.